Coming up on Vegas Nation Game Day, the Raiders are now 2-0 under interim coach Antonio Pierce, but the team faces its first road test in the new era against a Dolphins team fresh off of its bye week. So can the Silver and Black get it done on the road? It's Saturday, it's Vegas Nation Game Day. Let's talk some football right now.
Powered by the Las Vegas Review-Journal, this is Vegas Nation Game Day, presented by D&R House of Diamonds, making luxury affordable. Located in the One Summerlin building in downtown Summerlin.
Good morning, Raiders fans. Thank you so much for kicking off your weekend with Vegas Nation. I'm your host, Leandre Fox. I want to give a huge shout out to Heidi Fang for holding down the fort while I was out on vacation. There's a lot of Raiders news to get to, and it's only right we continue the good vibes that the Raiders are riding right now on Vegas Nation Game Day. The Raiders improved to 2-0 under interim coach Antonio Pierce after beating the Jets on Sunday. They overcame a stout Jets defense and did not allow Zach Wilson and the Jets offense to come alive in primetime. Now they'll be tested in SoFlo against a fresh Miami Dolphins squad with some serious speed at just about every position. While it's F1 time out here in Vegas, the Raiders look to stop a potential track meet out on the East Coast. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and bring in Vinny Bonsignore now. And Vinny, when we think of the Dolphins and the speed I just mentioned, the person that tends to come to mind is Tyreek Hill out wide. But the Dolphins have a committee of backs looking to exploit the Raiders' run defense, ranked 29th in the league. So what or who is the biggest threat to the Raiders in Sunday's game?
Well, I think it's, like you just said, the collection of the talent that they have. And I would contend and argue that their running game is directly benefited by or from Tyreek Hill. And we're not taking away anything from any of those running backs at all because they're all good. But I would think that a lot of running backs would flourish in that kind of a system, especially with the creativity of a Mike McDaniel, the head coach, and how he spreads things out, how he puts guys in motion, how he gets guys running starts, how he forces teams, opposing defenses, to defend every blade of grass that's on that field. And that, if you're doing that successfully as an offense, you're going to open things up for your running game.
Well, this might sound a bit obvious, Vinny, but if Tua Tagovailoa stays fairly clean, the Dolphins win. The most sacks he's taken in a win is 2. Anything more pretty much signals an L for Miami. So, Vinny, how can the Raiders secondary give Max Crosby and the D-line enough time to get to Tua?
Well, I like how you did a little digging on that because you're right. When the Miami Dolphins struggle, when Tua struggles, it's when opposing defenses, and teams have been able to do this, get pressure on him. So it's vital, without question, for the Raiders either to get him to the ground on sacks, and the magic number there is around 3 or 4. You're usually, as a defense, putting yourself in a pretty good position when you're doing that. And that usually means that you're also getting pressure on him throughout the course of the game. Those are the results of all the pressure that you're creating. So whether you're getting him to the ground or knocking him off his spot, it's going to take a committee for the Raiders defensive line to accomplish that goal. But like you said, it's almost critical, imperative that the Raiders get pressure onto it this week.
The Raiders have a new face in the locker room this week with the addition of cornerback Jack Jones to the roster. And while he may be a new face to the locker room, he's not a new face to interim coach Antonio Pierce. In 2014 and 2015, Jones played for Antonio Pierce at Long Beach Polytechnic High School in California. In 2016, Jones headed to USC, where he played for 2 seasons before leaving for junior college. In 2019 through 2021, after a year in JUCO, Jones and Pierce reunite at Arizona State. In 2022, Jones was drafted by the New England Patriots, bringing us to present day as the duo once again reunites as members of the Las Vegas Raiders. Let's hear from both player and coach about their relationship.
AP, when I was in high school, AP told me, AP was like, what position you play? And I told him, I was like, man, I play DB. He was like, you not no DB. he was like, you play receiver. And, at the time, I didn't really believe in it. I was disappointed, but it turns out he was right. Just me being who I am, trying to prove myself, I had to prove to AP I could play DB.
Yeah, in high school, he's about $120. I think now he's 170. He ain't got much weight, but No, listen, maturity. I mean, the kid's been through a lot. I've known him since he was very young. Obviously, it's been documented. I've seen the growth, the development. The football player is extremely gifted, and I expect him to do such when he gets here.
D&R House of Diamonds is Las Vegas's elite private office jeweler, the perfect bridge between internet pricing and a traditional brick-and-mortar jewelry store. We specialize in loose diamonds, natural and lab-grown, engagement rings, fashion jewelry, custom design, and jewelry repairs. We operate by appointment in our beautiful offices in the One Summerlin building, downtown Summerlin. Our great relationships with the world's largest diamond wholesalers and our low overhead saves you hundreds, if not thousands, on your purchase.
The Raiders are 13.5-point underdogs at Miami after the line opened at 10 and shot up to 14. Sharp bettors and the betting public are on Miami, which has won and covered all 4 home games this season. Sharp money also is on the game to go under the total, which has dropped from 48.5 to 46.5. The Raiders and the Giants are tied for the best under record in the NFL at 8-2. The Raiders have lost and failed to cover their last 4 road games. They're plus 650 on the money line to pull off the outright upset.
Welcome back to Vegas Nation Game Day. It's Formula One weekend out here in Las Vegas, but we also got the news this week that the Oakland Athletics' potential move to the Las Vegas Strip was unanimously approved by MLB owners. Vegas is a growing sports town, so we asked a few guys in the Raiders locker room which sport they're more excited about joining the ranks, baseball or F1.
It's kind of hard to be like super excited about something that's coming in 5 years when Formula One is this weekend, but I still might be the A's. I mean, yeah. I love watching live baseball, so like be able to go to some games there is going to be sweet.
I think the traffic bugs me with Formula One, and I'm not like a Formula One guy. I'm not a baseball guy either, but I could see myself like having a hot dog at a baseball game.
I'm happy to see all the opportunities coming here. You know what I mean? It's already the entertainment capital. You know what I mean? So why not come to Vegas? But at the same time, baseball will probably be mine. MLB, that was like my childhood dream growing up. So I'm gonna definitely try to get as many games as I possibly can.
I'd probably say MLB just because that's what I'd watch, more often. I ain't never really watched racing too much, but it's cool to have, both come out here and, put on for the city of Las Vegas, for sure.
The Raiders recently made history as the move to promote Antonio Pierce and Champ Kelly to interim head coach and general manager respectively means they join Raiders president Sandra Douglas Morgan as the NFL's first all-black team leadership group. This is par the course for the Raiders. The Raiders are the first team in modern NFL history to hire a black head coach when Art Shell was hired to lead the team in 1989. The Raiders also hired Tom Flores, who became the first minority NFL coach to win a Super Bowl. And they hired the first female team president in Amy Trask in 1997.
I mean, it's big, opens up a lot of doors. Obviously, it's similar to, somebody like me coming out of East Palo Alto and showing that, it's possible for the younger kids that are now starting to come, and it's plentiful. The more we can just make that a normal thing and make it, equal opportunities at the very least, that's what we're looking for.
It wasn't until I saw it on paper, he said, whoa, wow, that's different. And then it's a woman as well, I just think this hats off to, obviously, it started with Mr. Davis, Al Davis, and now Marcus carried that on as well. But I do look at myself as somebody who can be a leader and an example for the other children, wherever they may be in the world. And listen, you can do it. If I did it, I know you can do it.
That'll do it for another edition of Vegas Nation Game Day. Make sure you check out all the fast takes and smart coverage at vegasnation.com. For all of us here at the Review Journal, we want to thank you for tuning in to Vegas Nation Game Day. I'm Leandre Fox, and we will see you on Wednesday to recap all the action on Vegas Nation Blitz.
Powered by the Las Vegas Review Journal, this is Vegas Nation Game Day. Presented by D&R House of Diamonds, making luxury affordable. Located in the One Summerlin building in downtown Summerlin.